Hello Comics Gate, Rorschach here with Return of Wolverine issue number 1. I strongly suspect that this will be the last ever Marvel comic book that I ever pay money for or ever read. So I'm not interested in, paying for stuff or reading stuff which doesn't keep me interest from beginning to end. This isn't an ideological thing. It's just, how can I put this? I stopped watching WWE wrestling a few years ago, right? After watching it for 20 odd years. And the reason why I stopped watching WWE was not because I hated what they were doing. It's because I gradually became less and less interested in what they're doing. And my viewing declined. In the end, it just completely petered off. And whilst I'm still a wrestling fan, whilst I still check out some of the Japanese wrestling stuff, I still like watching the classic wrestling, the WCW stuff from the early 1990s. So I still watch actually sometimes on a daily basis, but definitely on a weekly basis anyway. Watch an hour of the Power Hour from WCW every now and then. And I like watching the old Ric Flair stuff as well from the NWA. It's just that the current day WWE, there's nothing there for me. It's moved on, right? Yeah, I've moved on. Everything changes, nothing ever stays the same. And it's the same with Marvel Comics. Today, what they have to offer, it just doesn't appeal to someone like me. 10 years ago, I used to go into the local comic book store in Swindon, and I'd pick up easy 10 to 15 Marvel comic books every week. But today I go into the store and I see all the names of the writers on the books, and I know these people hate my guts. I know that they think I'm an evil alt-right Nazi. But the stories themselves bore me, really. I could perhaps put up with the books if they were good, even if the writers hate my guts. But the books aren't very good, and just over the years, those 10 to 15 books went to 10 books, then 8 books, 7 books, 6. It just, down and down and down. Just like the pro wrestling thing. Until in 2018 today, I go to the comic book store every week, and I barely look at the top shelf. That's where all the Marvel comic books are. Just like the old porno magazines. If anybody remembers that was on the top shelves. Are they still on the top shelves? I haven't looked for a while. Anyway... So I got distracted by porn. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't pick up any Marvel comic books today at all. So Return of Wolverine is the exception to the rule. I picked it up because the writer is Charles Soule, and I don't think Charles Soule was on Twitter all day calling people Hitler, is he? He probably is, isn't he? You're going to have to let me know in the comments. He is, isn't he? I'm sure he's a progressive. I'm sure that he votes for the Democrats. But he's one of the least worst of the crazy far leftists who work for Marvel today, I think, anyway. So I'm going to give it a chance because it's Charles Soule, and because that looks like Wolverine used to look, and it's the return of Wolverine. So perhaps I could read the book, and the title of my video review would be, It's the Return of Masculinity to Marvel Comic Books. Well, is it the Return of Masculinity? Kind of, but it's a new... lefty masculinity, where the role of the man is to act as the muscle for the modern matriarchal welfare state. What am I talking about? I'll show you as I go through the book, and this is going to be a pretty short review. There's not a lot goes on in the book, and I wasn't that impressed with the artwork, by the way. The artwork to me is okay, maybe good, maybe good, but it's not great. And I would have thought that a book as big as Return of Wolverine would have great artwork, and it doesn't have great artwork at all. So we begin with Wolverine, a great hero, selfless, strong, brave, an X-Man Avenger, a steadfast friend, an implacable enemy. He was dead. Now, he's not. It's kind of funny because comic books should be ridiculous, and dead people should obviously keep coming back to life again. That's kind of the fun of comic books, that you never stay dead for long. In comics, we got quite a nice opening panel there actually with Wolverine. He's got laser claws nowadays. I guess he has. But the artwork, I don't know. Even on the second and third pages, it's deteriorating already, and I'm just not impressed. So what's going on story-wise? Well, we're going back to the old Wolverine, I guess, where his memory's a little bit fuzzy. He's been experimented on by some evil scientist types. So this is the old school Wolverine. You know, he's got the old costume on as well. Right, this guy here is helpfully still alive and able to give Wolverine a little bit of information about this. Is it Pesperoni? What's the name of the bad guys here? Persephone. So Persephone's the bad guy. This guy's just existing really to give a little bit of information to the reader and to Wolverine. And of course he's completely selfless. He doesn't think at all about himself, even though he's dying. He's more concerned about helping Wolverine out for some reason. Okay, I'm sure if I was dying and bleeding out on the floor, my first thoughts would not be for other people. I'm sorry, but I'd have to be a little bit selfish here. I'd be thinking about myself, my family, and all the people I'm going to leave behind. But no, he's not thinking about any of that, and it's weird. I mean, I know there's some programming going on today which is trying to teach males to be completely disposable, but this is a little bit over the top. He even begs Wolverine to kill him. Why? Why do you want to die? You have to. If you don't, it will never end for me. I will never rest. She'll just... Oh, wow. Don't put up a fight or anything then, mate. Oh, God, unbelievable. Okay, look at the other books that Marvel's got to offer. Zombies, come on. And that artwork looks shite as well. Zombies. Eek, God, zombies. No, please, no more zombies. Okay, from there, he has a saber-toothed tiger or something attacking him, or just a regular tiger. I guess there's some cloning going on in the lab. Okay, nothing particularly interesting going on so far. He escapes from the lab. He appears to be talking to himself a little bit. Okay, he's very chatty, is Wolverine. I thought Wolverine was a bit taciturn. I didn't think that he spoke that much, but look at all these speech bubbles. He doesn't shut up in this book. But then again, his memory is a little bit fuzzy. Perhaps he doesn't realise that he's Wolverine and that his personality is, pretty sullen. Anyway, he's yapping along to himself. Okay, so what does he do? what role does he have now in the world? He's a bit lost, he's a bit confused. But here we go. Here comes the programming then. So here we have a single mom and a son. Now, I won't say anything about the complexion of their skin. No, I won't even mention that. No, I'm not even going to go there. Okay, so this is the single mom and the kid. Where's the dad? Oh, there is no dad. Don't be daft. You don't need dads nowadays. That's what the state's for, you fools. No, there's no fathers. There's no fathers. In this new age of progressive enlightenment, you don't need daddy. Kids don't need daddy. And it's your role, Mr. Wolverine, to act as the muscle, as the bodyguard, as the saviour, as the protector of the modern matriarchal single mother welfare state. So he's going to be helping her. He's on his motorbike. Is anyone looking forward to that? We've got a bit of Egyptian action going on there. Yeah, looks great. Don't go there, Rorschach. Don't go there. Okay, I'll leave that one. Right, let's see one in the story. Oh, God, that looks great as well. Look at the way she talks to him. Right, she's basically his boss already. She's just bossing him around. Right. Where's the moment where she's basically telling him what to do? Oh, here it is. Here it is. And now I need you to kill the people who killed my friends and took my son. Yes, Mom, I'll do whatever you say. And he just follows her around. He's basically a slave already. She stitches him up because she's got some medical knowledge after working in the canteen. Really? Are you a scientist? Assie, why'd they take your son? He a scientist too? No. I worked here in the canteen. Stitch, stitch, stitch. People talk when they eat. They don't even realise who's listening. You can learn a lot. What? What? That's a joke, right? It must be a joke, and if it is, it's probably the funniest part of the book. That because she's worked in the canteen as a dinner lady, she knows how to stitch up wounds. Okay. But Wolverine is just a total slave to this woman because, well, he's a total nut cuck like everybody in Marvel Comics today. It's his role then to help her out, and as the book concludes, he puts on this leather onesie, and his hair looks really weird in the closing panel. What the hell's going on there? See what I mean by the artwork? It's weird. It's kind of old school, but I don't know. He just looks like he needs a haircut there to me. And that's it, you know. It's just that's the book. He's going to be helping out this young lady, this young dreamer, and helping her get her son and helping her get her American citizenship, or Canadian citizenship, I guess. Okay, I'm not massively offended by any of this. I'm just bored. So going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, this is how you stop doing things. This is how you stop consuming products. It's not because you really hate it, because it really offends you. Because when it really offends you, there's some passion there. It gets your blood racing. The worst thing that anything can do really is to leave you feeling bored. I started getting really bored with the book about this far in. It's about this far in. So about halfway through the story, I just went, do I have to keep on reading the rest of it? And that's a sure sign that, you know, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. So this then, Return of Wolverine, is not going to mark the return of Rorschach to reading Marvel comics on a weekly basis. I'm just bored with them. You know, I just don't think it's very good. It kind of seemed a little bit childish and silly to me. And along with that programming, trying to get the men to support the matriarchal single mother welfare state, I can't be bothered with it. I can't be bothered. So there we go, my review of Return of Wolverine, issue number 1. I'm not very impressed, and I won't be reading any other Marvel comics. So if you're looking for future Marvel comic book reviews, you're not going to find them on this channel, because I'm not going to be buying any of the books. If you read the book, now what did you make of it? Please tell me that I'm wrong in the comments down below. I'm sure there's lots of things that I've missed out. Did you enjoy it? Why? Please let me know, because I'm not seeing anything of worth here myself. So I'll end the review there. Thanks for checking out the vid. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you'd be so kind. I'll be back later doing some DC comic book reviews. I picked up loads of DC books this week, and yeah, they'll be a lot better than this, I suspect. So cheers, take care, later.